Welcome to The Explainer. In the next 5 minutes, we're going to connect the dots on some of the biggest headlines shaping our world right now. I know, right? It sounds like a totally random mix, but trust me, each one is a key piece in the giant, shifting puzzle of our world. Today, we're going to see exactly how they all fit together. All right, here's the game plan. We'll start with some huge global agreements, then zoom in on domestic innovation, and finally, touch on the cultural moments that really define us. First up, let's head to the world stage. We're going to look at how India is engaging in some major international diplomacy and signing some pretty landmark agreements. This is a really big moment for India-UK relations. The India Business Group gave Prime Minister Starmer this very prestigious award for his huge role in getting that free trade agreement finalized. It just goes to show you how those ties in trade and diplomacy are getting stronger and stronger. Now, what's really fascinating here is the contrast. On one hand, you have this very focused one-on-one trade deal. On the other, you have this massive global achievement in conservation. They're two totally different kinds of partnerships, but both are absolutely vital.
And that number, 60, is huge. That's how many countries have now ratified the landmark BBNJ Treaty for Ocean Governance. We're not talking about just a handful of nations here. This is a powerful global consensus.
So, what is it exactly? Well, to put it simply, this treaty is a historic pact that's going to come into force in January 2026. Its goal is to protect marine life way out in the high seas. Those vast ocean areas that don't belong to any one country. And, just as important, it's about making sure any resources found there are shared fairly. All right, from the wide open oceans, let's bring our focus back home. Now we're going to look at some key developments that are strengthening India from the inside out. This is a major push for defense innovation. Chief of Defense Staff General Anil Chauhan just launched this initiative to get the military, academia, and researchers all collaborating to build the next generation of defense technology. And the focus is squarely on the future of warfare. The symposium is targeting these critical areas: cyber defense, weapons powered by artificial intelligence, and advanced electronic warfare systems. The key here is that they're all going to be developed indigenously. Meanwhile, in the world of finance, this is a pretty big milestone. For the first time ever, an officer from India's Employees Provident Fund organization, that's the main retirement fund body, has been selected for this super elite global program. It really showcases India's growing leadership and expertise in managing financial assets on the world stage. Okay, so this is important. This isn't just a routine leadership change. After some significant accounting issues, IndusInd Bank bringing in a new CFO is a really decisive strategic move. It's all about strengthening their internal controls, making sure the numbers are accurate, and, most importantly, winning back investor confidence. Now let's shift gears and talk about the stories that shape our society. We're talking about celebrating incredible human achievement, reinforcing our core principles, and fighting for fundamental rights. A massive night in the world of football. PSG's Ousmane Dembélé took home his very first Ballon d'Or. What a career-defining moment for him. And on the women's side, Aitana Bonmati of Barcelona just made history, locking in her third straight win. An absolutely dominant achievement. So we go from the football pitch to the pages of a brand new book. The former Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, is releasing his first book ever, and it dives deep into the constitutional principles that really shape the nation. And this is what makes it so relevant. This isn't some abstract legal textbook. It's an exploration of how the Constitution directly impacts our lives through these huge, groundbreaking rulings on things like privacy, personal freedom, and equality. This day is all about championing a really critical idea. Sign languages are not just gestures. They are complete, complex languages. It's about affirming that clear communication is a universal human right for every single member of the deaf community. And the theme for 2025, wow, it couldn't be more powerful. It frames access to sign language not as some kind of convenience, but as a non-negotiable fundamental human right. It's essential for anyone to be able to fully participate in society. So, after connecting all of those different dots, what are the key things to take away from today's headlines? Let's do a quick recap. Think about it. We've seen international cooperation on trade and conservation, moves to strengthen national defense and finance from within, and celebrations of the ideas and rights that really define our culture. All in all, it's been a day of pretty significant progress across the board.
And that's really the big question to think about. The seeds that are being planted today, in diplomacy, in technology, and in human rights, are going to grow into the realities of tomorrow. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.